guys, welcome back to my kitchen. It's me, Gina, and in case this is the first time you're stopping by, I am a wife and mother from the Midwest, and I like to cook my family fresh meals every day, and sometimes I film the recipes I make and I post the videos here on YouTube. So today we're going to be making a roasted veggie couscous that has roasted garlic in it, and then I'm going to be making today like garlic herb chickpeas to go on top, but you could do chicken if you wanted or some type of other protein, but for today's purposes we are going with a vegetarian version. It is very easy to make vegan if you want, but anyways, I'm already rambling. I've got to be quick on this one because the girls are super misbehaved because they didn't take naps, so let's jump right into the ingredients. We are going to be needing 1 pepper, it can be any color you like, 1 red onion, some garlic, 4 Roma tomatoes, and they should be Roma because these are very meaty tomatoes, they don't have a lot of seeds. We're going to be using 2 zucchinis, and I would say that these are fairly large because they make up a large bulk of our roasted veggies. And then obviously I mentioned the garbanzo beans or chickpeas, so we have 2 cans of those. We have some fresh parsley that we will be putting into this after everything's mixed together. Of course, we have the couscous. This is Israeli couscous, which if you've never seen it, zoom in. It's really big, and couscous looks like a grain, but it is actually a Mediterranean pasta. See, Mediterranean toasted pasta speciality. I cannot speak English today. Jeez. All right, so we got the couscous. Next thing, Nor Suiza, because I don't make anything that doesn't have Nor Suiza ever since I married my husband, because Mexicans put that shit in everything. And moving on for our seasonings, I actually didn't forget to mention that we need oil this time. So we're going to be using olive oil and obviously salt and pepper. And then we've got the spice mix for our chickpeas, which is going to be some onion powder, some garlic powder, some basil, oregano, and then dried parsley. And that is literally all we need. I am not going to be able to do a prep today showing me chop up the ingredients because my husband has the tripod somewhere and I don't know where it is. And also it's super simple. Like basically we're just going to chop all these veggies into super large chunks, make some couscous, saute some chickpeas, and we'll be done. So I'll be back in a few to show you what our sheet pan looks like before I stick it in the oven. Okie dokie, so we have preheated our oven, or it is preheating, to 400 degrees. So it's making its way up there. And then I just wanted to pop on quickly and show you the size of the veggies that I chopped, because that's one thing that drives me nuts about a lot of recipes. Like they'll be like, 1 bell pepper chopped, 1 zucchini chopped. But like, what do you mean by chopped? What size? Like, are they all the same size? Are the zucchini circles and the tomatoes are squares? Or like, what's going on there? So I'm here to show you that because I don't want you guys to feel confused. So this is our zucchini, and these are in like little 1-inch pieces. So basically I just quartered the zucchini and then ran the knife down it lengthwise to make these little quarter round pieces. And then our onion, sorry, I don't know why my camera's not focusing, is chopped like this. So I chopped it into the same like 1-inch pieces. Our garlic is just peeled, and try not to smash it because we're roasting it and we don't want it to burn. So just peel it nicely. And then I always wondered about this, guys. Maybe if any of you know, like I've seen some chefs that say like if your garlic has sprouted like this, that you're supposed to take the little sprout out because it tastes bitter, but I never noticed a difference. So let me know what you guys think about that. And then our tomatoes, I just sliced the top off with the stem, and then I sliced them in half and quarter them and then slice them again. So we're just trying to make everything uniform in shape and size. And same thing, 1-inch pieces with our bell pepper. I'm gonna go ahead and drizzle this with, I'm gonna say 2 tablespoons of olive oil, but honestly I have no idea. Like I'm just gonna drizzle it on there. If you wanna measure it, but just do a nice little zhuzh over it. And then I'm gonna season it with salt and pepper, probably ½ teaspoon of pepper and maybe 3/4 teaspoons of salt. And then we are gonna roast this baby for a whopping 45 minutes, and we're gonna stir it every 15 minutes because we want a really nice caramelization to develop on our vegetables. So I will be back and show you what it looks like when it's mixed up. This is what it looks like. Nothing fancy, people. Super easy. I know it takes 45 minutes to bake it, but the rest of the cooking is almost hands off, especially if you do the roasted chicken, which I'm not doing today, so that's not a helpful comment from the peanut gallery over here. I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes, and then I'll stir this, and I will be back on in just a second to show you how I get the couscous going. And I'm actually deciding I might just roast the chickpeas as well. Like, I don't know, we'll see. For our couscous, all you have to do, because we're going to be making a whole package of couscous, which this is about 2 cups of dry pearls. So I have 2.5 cups of water in this pot, and then I put 2.5 teaspoons of North Suiza in there, because that should be enough to make it salty enough. And then when this comes to a boil, I'm sorry, I don't know why I can't speak English today. I'm going to dump in this couscous and then cover it and reduce the heat to low and simmer it for 8 to 10 minutes. And like, that's literally it. We're just cooking this in essentially chicken bouliion or chicken stock. And you could use fresh chicken stock or veggie stock if you are doing a vegan or vegetarian option. So there's always that as well. Hold tight and I'll be back with our chickpeas. Our chickpeas are here on our baking sheet. I did decide to roast them. Mainly because what does it matter if it's going to be a pan that's dirty or another sheet pan. So since I've got the oven heated up in this 90-something degree day in Chicago, I might as well roast these here garbanzo beans. So I added a drizzle of olive oil, probably about a tablespoon, a teaspoon of dried parsley, a half of a teaspoon of dried oregano, a half of a teaspoon of dried basil, quarter teaspoon of garlic powder, a quarter teaspoon of onion powder, and then some salt and pepper. And if you want it to even be more simple, if you have Italian seasoning, you could just put 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning and then salt and pepper, and you'll be good to go. So I'm going to put these in for the last 15 minutes roasting time. So I'm just waiting for our veggies to come out so I can stir them for the first time, and I totally forgot to put the timer for our couscous. So I'm going to guesstimate it's been going for Scheisse, probably 4 minutes, and it's supposed to do 8 minutes, so I'm going to put 8 to 11 minutes, so I'm going to put 5 more minutes and we'll check it. This is real life, people, real life. First 15 minutes are done. As you can see, not much cooking has happened, so I'm just going to flip it around a bit. This is what our second 15 minutes, so it's been in there for 30 minutes so far, looks like. I'm going to go ahead and toss this around for the final time. And then I did just pop the chickpeas in there on the top rack. And I will be putting these on the rack underneath it, because whenever you have 2 baking sheets inside of there, the top baking sheet works as like a reflector and actually puts additional heat, which will give us even more caramelization on these veggies. So see you in 15. All right, so we have our roasted veggie masterpiece here. If I flip these over for you, you can see that everything has gotten a caramelization on it, nice and soft. If you want them more roasty and toasty, you can go ahead, but I think this is a good amount of roasting because I want the tomatoes to still have some moisture. So the next thing we're going to do is pick out our cloves of roasted garlic, and then I'm going to go get a big bowl, and we're going to toss this together with our couscous after we mush up all the garlic. One moment. I tossed our 4 cloves of garlic here in this bowl, and I just mushed them up with a fork. And then I will be back in a second because I'm going to dump all of these veggies and all of this couscous in. Well, first I'm actually going to put the couscous. So I'm going to fluff it with a fork, mix the couscous in well, and make sure it's totally coated with the roasted garlic, and then toss in the veggies, and I will show you what the final product looks like. All right, ladies and gents. We have our pasta tossed with our veggies, tossed with our mixed roasted garlic. I tossed in the handful of parsley. Maybe my camera's dirty. Hang on. Maybe that's why it's not focusing. Yep, that was the problem. So now I'm just mixing up all of the fresh parsley in there, and we're ready to go. As a side note, this would be awesome with a squeeze of fresh lemon juice on it. Or I'm going to serve it with some cheese, like you could do Parmesan, or I'm going to use cotija cheese today because that's what we happen to have a ton of. And then our chickpeas are actually still sitting in the oven. The oven has been off. I just ran out of space, so they're just staying in there getting nice and crispy. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull those up and plate this up, and I will be back. This is our gorgeous final product, and I'm super excited to eat these. Like, look at the gorgeous golden crisp on those freaking chickpeas. Like, can you even?
They're really good.
Are they really good?
Really good.
These things, yeah.
Yeah, the garbanzos or the couscous?
Yeah, and the garbanzos too, they're really good.
Good, I'm glad you like it.
Really good.
Are they good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Eat that.
This is Olivia, in case this is the first time you're stopping by. And there's Fifi, who is always wearing jammies. She changes her outfit like 32 times a day. And she's feeding her baby. So anyways, thank you so much for stopping by my kitchen. I hope you... And Olivia's Nikki. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to make roasted veggie couscous with oven roasted garbanzo beans. You're so sweet. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a nice thumbs up. And if you loved it, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe because it really helps a sister out. So thank you so much for stopping by. Maybe check out one of these here videos that I'm putting some links for. And have a great night. Bye.
Bye.
Fifi, say bye. That's it. Just bye. Night, guys.